The Adams Archive.
A video that circulated of a woman screaming on an airplane. Maybe screaming is an exaggeration, but yelling nonetheless, that was sit next to somebody who wasn't human. This woman gets up.
You can either believe it or
This woman gets up in this plane. And probably the craziest video that you'll see this week, if there's any validity to this at all. This woman gets up in the middle of this airplane, decides she's going to leave the airplane. Like I said earlier, doesn't seem like she's on drugs, doesn't seem like she's drunk. Says, if you guys want to stay here, that's perfectly fine, but I'm getting away from that reptilian species back there. So let's watch this and then we'll discuss it.
or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, back there is not real.
So it's just going on to say it. The incident happened as the flight was preparing to depart Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. So was this woman next to a reptilian? Was she next to a AI robot? Or was she just drunk? It says, I did 16 years as a police officer, and I can say this was what sounding an alarm looks like. You are not going to be cool, calm, and collected. This is the response of somebody who can't immediately process what they just experienced. Interesting. So what this goes on to say, and this comes again from Reddit, so take it with a grain of salt. But we all know that the elites want to phase humans out and replace us with AI and robots, it says. It could be possible that they're in the process of test driving these AI humanoids right under our noses in certain industries, such as the airline and catering, hidden in plain sight. What if the woman experienced an uncanny valley moment where she saw through the humanoid and freaked out over him not being real? I think the advancements they show us in the AI robots are decades old, and they actually have been behind closed doors in a far more advanced way. There are theories that military technologies is 50 years ahead of what they actually present to us in public, and they are essentially drip feeding us technology so as not to scare and intimidate people. Interesting. The very first comment on this says, I wish we could get a pic or a video of the person that's not real. Yeah. So do we, buddy. It says, I just want the person. I just want to see the person she said wasn't real. The next thing says, she was on a flight with Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, man. That's a good one. All right. And then somebody comments, and this is pretty wild. It says, when I was 7 years old, I lived on a military base in the Philippines and had a weird thing happen. This would have been about 1987. I was at a friend's house. The parents weren't home. It was just me, my friend, and my friend's older sister. We were in her bathroom, singing in the hairbrushes and others 80s girls activities when I had to go to the bathroom. When I was little, I had really paranoid about people's showers. I was afraid somebody was in there watching me, so I would always check. I pulled the curtain back, and there was a woman crouched down really still. She didn't say anything or move. I ran back into the bedroom and said, there's a woman in the shower. The older sister says, that's a robot. Don't worry about it. And my friend starts crying hysterically. The sister says, yeah, she's afraid of it. I'm so embarrassed because there's dirty pictures on the clothes. I didn't notice this last part. And even as a child, I remember thinking, if you are so embarrassed, why bring it up if I didn't say anything first? They both leave the room, and I'm guessing that they are calling their parents. The sister comes back into the room and says that they are on their way back and they are going to take the robot to their grandparents' place. Keep in mind, we are on a base. No grandparents are anywhere near unless they have been living with the family. And I'm not even sure that's allowed. They basically tell me that I have to stay in the bedroom until this happens. I'm alone for what seems like hours, and I still haven't managed to pee. I don't remember ever playing over there after that. I don't really know what to make of this. I think that the least likely explanation is that it was an actual robot. I've tried to piece it together as an adult. I thought maybe sex trafficking or something like that. Maybe the older sister was messing with both of us, but the younger one seemed to know what she was talking about. And those were real tears. The supposed pornographic material mentioned made me question if it was a real doll. The person did look Filipino. So maybe the dad was having an affair and told the kids that it was a robot to throw them off. But I don't know why you would have told you have your booty call over when you aren't there. I don't know. The whole incident was strange, but it's hard to gauge these things happen as a kid because you are trying to remember it and decipher it from a childhood brain to an adult brain. The other thing that happened on this base, I started sleepwalking suddenly. Maybe it was a reaction to the radar equipment nearby, but allegedly, I was going outside during this, which is terrifying, somebody said. Interesting. All right. So, was this a robot on an airplane? Was this lady drunk? Or was she taking too much Xanax? Who knows? But maybe one day we will see robots on the airplanes next to us, and we will recall this day and remember the very first time that we heard about it. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today.